Hello, how's the writing going? I don't feel motivated. I just don't know how to write this. It seems like I'm stuck. Some things that my coaching clients tell me. And it is very common for writers to feel stuck. It is very common for writers to feel demotivated by writing. Why? Because writing is a huge project. And secondly, you're sitting with yourself and convincing yourself that what you're writing is going to be magnificent. Everybody's going to clap and cheer for you. And when you do that, when you put those expectations on it, every time you write, you look at it with such a critical eye that you start doubting yourself. And then with those doubts comes the fear of writing, then comes procrastination and the roadblocks. So how do you move away from that? Well, the first thing I do is if you start with a solid why, the why of writing your book, what are the reasons that you chose to write this book? That, if you're really clear on that, that will become your goal. And the reason has to be something that seems accomplishable. Now, that's not a word, but yeah, it seems like it's accomplishable because it seems it's small enough for you to walk towards it. If the mission or your goal is going to be to help somebody find a solution to a problem, and that's something you've done already in workshops and seminars or by talking to people, then when you write a book, it seems like an achievable goal and you will do it. Secondly, when you start writing, there are so many thoughts in your head. What I suggest to people, and this is something I found very therapeutic for me too, is to write 3 pages in your book, in any book, in a journal, and keep a journal next to you and write 3 pages longhand every day the minute you wake up. It's like a brain drain because all those thoughts that are swirling in our head, just write them on paper. I'm not saying revisit them, just don't look at them, just write. The writing of the 3 pages is not an idea dreamed of by me, but by Julia Cameron in her book, The Artist's Way, which is like a Bible for writers or any creative person. So try reading that if you can, but it has got very useful tips on how to be more creative and how to get over roadblocks. So first thing, start with the why. Second thing, write down your fears, write down your the doubts, write down anything that comes to your mind every day. And this is make it a habit. It'll be good for you. And the third thing, to motivate yourself, try to think how much you can do. Try to think of what all you can do with your book. See the goals after your book. What do you want to do after writing your book? Do you want to market it? Would you like to, sell it in your seminars and webinars? Start talking about it. Start talking about it in a blog post. Start talking about it when you give workshops. That will drive you to write more. I'm sure it will, because now you will be telling yourself that I have told so many people, I need to write it down now. So use these tips, and always remember, creativity is not a linear process. It is completely non-linear. So if your thinking is not going the way you planned it to, if your book is not going the way you planned it to, let it go first. Let yourself write everything down. We can always edit it, we can always revisit it, but write everything down first and then we'll go back over it. That's the way to do it. Enjoy your writing, keep writing.